also have a goalkeeper of high reputation. Roberto Rojas plays his club football in Brazil, as does number 11, Fernando Astengo, while number 7, Hugo Rubio, flew in from Italy just yesterday. All these players delighted to be part of the first Chilean team ever to play at Wembley, and they've brought their own supporters along as well. Erik Fredriksson of Sweden gets this 5th version of the Rous Cup underway, which was named to commemorate the life and work of Sir Stanley Rous, great figure in English football. And here's a man perhaps for the future, Paul Gascoigne to Neil Webb. England in all white tonight, and here's Parker, one of the newcomers, first involvement for Clough, and that was hooked away by Reyes, the number 2, who I think will play at left back. And there's England's left back, Stuart Pearce. And Webb's well forward here. Very strong Nottingham Forest contingent in the England lineup tonight. Pearce, Webb, Walker, Clough. And a cool breeze, which will be very welcome for the players like Nigel Clough after a sweltering day in London. Playing 10 minutes here at Wembley, 0-0. Hurtado, number 16, gets the attack moving for Chile. But John Fashanu has turned away beautifully from Gonzalez. Astengo is covering, Clough's just inside him, and Fashanu was tripped just outside the area by Espinosa. That was the offender, number 14, and England have a free kick. Now I wonder whether Paul Gascoigne will get involved in this. Pearce is there too, so is Waddle. And Gascoigne wanting to take it too quickly for the referee's liking. Now Pearce has moved away. Well, they've moved the ball twice. 3 times. Gascoigne. And palmed away by Rojas from Paul Gascoigne. So the free kick not quite coming off. What can they do from the corner? Waddle will take it. Fashanu and Butcher lining up in the near post area. And Butcher gets half a flick on that. Parker knocks it back in. Robson a little flick. This is Gonzalez, a man with a very mixed disciplinary record in international football. Gascoigne. Waddle. And the final pass just at the moment is letting England down rather. 16 here is Hurtado. And there goes Rubio with Des Walker. Who had the pace to cope. Rubio again, but there's nobody in the middle for Chile. Parker with plenty of time to clear. 20 minutes gone at Wembley in the Rous Cup. England 0, Chile 0. Brian Robson for England. Gascoigne. Webb. Clough's pulled away beautifully here. Oh, what a pity he couldn't finishing. His appreciation of what was on there from the moment Webb got the ball was absolutely perfect. And having done the hard part, Nigel Clough disappointed probably with his finishing there. He'd pulled away from the defender and given himself room. Lovely delivery by his Forest colleague Neil Webb. Well, that was a real opening for England. But Webb's here again, very instrumental now with Robson in midfield. And Waddle. And still Waddle, but giving it away to Gonzalez and putting one or two of his colleagues out of the game there for a moment. Chris Waddle. Chile using Rubio, the number 7, all the time. It's Contreras, but he gave it away. Gascoigne. Well, Robson shouldn't have had to have worked as hard as that to get the ball back, but I suppose with so much time to play the ball in certain areas of the field, England have got to guard against being too casual. Here's Pearce. Butcher. Waddle. Drilled that one into Fashanu, but his touch wasn't right there. And Paul Parker had gone forward and now gets caught. Walker having to come across to meet Covarrubias. Pizarro. Rubio. Ormeño. Espinosa. Rubio. Well, Fashanu held it up well enough. Referee still gave the free kick. This is Gascoigne. Clough. Gonzalez. That's the outlet ball again, which England have got to guard against. Rubio very quick to spread wide, taking Butcher with him. Then coming inside, Rubio. Was well played, Covarrubias. Didn't strike it quite soon enough. Now Gascoigne's got Parker here, and Webb's also on this wing. Fashanu's made a run into the inside right position. But it hit number 4, Contreras. And this is Covarrubias. 16, Hurtado. Astengo, the number 11, allowing himself the luxury of crossing the halfway line there for the first time. Rubio again now. Good challenge. Stuart Pearce. Gascoigne. Gets it back from Robson. But straight into the dominating figure of Gonzalez. And goodness me, the defence is caught here. Hurtado got absolutely clear. And Peter Shilton stretching to turn it over. Good save. It was a clever attempt to finish in style there by Hurtado, the number 16. But the ball played from deep inside the Chilean half, caught 3 England defenders in a line, and the flag stayed down. Michel Vautreau of France, the linesman on that side, and Peter Shilton extending himself as he extends his prolific total of England caps to foil Hurtado. Could so easily have been 1-0 to Chile there. Wasn't too comfortable either. And the drive coming in from number 6, Pizarro. with just over 25 minutes gone, and Chile having made a very clean scoring chance there. Butcher. Pierce. Robson. Swinging it wide to Gascoigne. Nice header inside to Webb. Clough to Waddle. Good football by England. Waddle's shot. Well struck. And the setting up done by the new centre-forward. Nigel Clough laying it off for Chris Waddle. Gonzalez. Chile went further than either Argentina or Brazil in the last South American Championship 2 years ago. They got to the final, lost to Uruguay. So they're a country with some recent pedigree. This is Gascoigne. Fashanu, good header down, Webb's in there. Waddle, Robson, Clough in the back, Astengo on Clough. Number 11 very unhappy about the verdict, but he blocked Nigel Clough. And Gascoigne orchestrated the last free kick. Brian Robson's involved in some pushing, or rather, he's being pushed. It's the yellow card for the number 7, Rubio, for pushing Brian Robson while they were waiting to take the free kick. Chile's concentration clearly shaken here. If Gascoigne or Waddle could curl one, it might work for England. Pierce is there too. Gascoigne, same as before, and once again the defender first to the rebound. Gascoigne's brought 2 saves now out of Roberto Rojas from free kicks. Butcher just moving away from his near post position. Gascoigne will take this corner. Fashanu and Butcher both coming in from deep now. And here's Waddle. And again. And Gascoigne. What a great effort. Real venom in the shot by Gascoigne, and had the confidence to hit it first time from a fairly wide angle. It was Chris Waddle that drove it across. Quite perfectly, actually, and Gascoigne with the side of the foot rising just over the crossbar. Would have been a marvellous goal. Parker is very good in the air for his size. One of his great strengths. Terrific spring. Here's Gascoigne. Butcher. This is Fashanu. Worked hard to get that out to Chris Waddle. Clough's over on that side as well. All rather untidy, but the free kick taken so quickly that England weren't ready. And the number 10 breaking clean through the middle was Covarrubias. Parker made up in his recovery what he and 1 or 2 of the other defenders might have lacked in the original awareness. He was so quick to make up the ground, Paul Parker, there, because the ball played from the middle of the field looked to be putting Covarrubias clean through. Here they come again. And he's still the player furthest forward, the number 10. 6, Pizarro. 8, Ormeño. So Chile ending the first half on the attack. Covarrubias the threat in that last advance. But the main feature of the first half, certainly as far as the England attacking was concerned, were the 3 efforts by Paul Gascoigne. 2 from free kicks, 1 a fine first-time shot, but Gascoigne and England unable to turn their advantage into goals. Half-time in the Rous Cup, England 0, Chile 0. It's been confirmed that England are being watched tonight by their lowest ever Wembley crowd, 14,218, which is by some 9,000 lower than the previous worst, which was 23,600 against Wales in February '83. And in that somewhat muted atmosphere, Chile have made a substitution at the start of the second half. Number 9, Juan Carlos Letelier, one of their best-known forwards, has come on for his 43rd cap, and he's replaced number 10, Covarrubias. He's allegedly quite a dangerous player up the front there. Here's Fashanu for England, though, and a deflection on that will give England a corner in the first attack. No question that the strikes affecting London's transport system have had something to do with that attendance, because for matches like this, lots of people come on the night rather than buying tickets in advance. Chris Waddle will take the corner for England. Butcher's on the near post, Clough on the goal line. Butcher, number 4, Contreras came in behind him. Hurtado, Pearce, Fashanu. Well played by Walker. Fashanu calling on the far side. It's going to come out to Chris Waddle. Gascoigne outside him. Well played by Waddle. Beautifully done. Fashanu's in there. And the Chileans complaining that Fashanu made contact again with the goalkeeper. Brian Robson was very quickly in as captain to try and sort the situation out, because it could have been inflammable, that, with John Fashanu having already been booked and having angered several of those Chilean players previously. But Robson takes credit for dashing in and preventing the retaliation. Chris Waddle had the shot, and it wasn't a bad effort either. He jigged inside nicely there. Right foot, and he didn't hold it, the keeper. And I don't think it was, again, quite as bad as they suggested. Anyway, it's Gascoigne for England. Out by Ostengo. This is Robson. Good block again by the number 11. Offside against Letelier. Brian Robson playing in his 76th international tonight, which means that he joins another famous number 7 on that figure, the great Tom Finney. Here's Fashanu. And a modern winger, Chris Waddle. And Robson did that well, and here's a chance! Oh, and it's Gaza again! Might have had 4 tonight. But it's a joy to see him play with so much freedom and enthusiasm in this, his first international as a starting player. He was watched pretty closely in the B match in Switzerland last week by Bobby Robson, who was very concerned about how quickly Gascoigne is brought through and how much he's asked to do. Letelier. You can hear the beating of the drums by the Chile supporters. Parker to Fashanu. Webb. And here's Waddle! Good save by Rojas. Chris Waddle, the unlucky player for England. Not much wrong with how he tried to finish it. Here he is again. Gascoigne, who played a part in that move just now as well. Butcher, Fashanu, and Robson, and Gascoigne, and again Fashanu collides with the goalkeeper, but it was Chris Waddle, twice close now early in the second half to giving England the lead, and this was well lifted across by Neil Webb. Waddle has the header, good reflex save by Rojas. Fashanu manages to set up Webb. Oh, that was well played by Rubio. Like so many of the South Americans, Chile are neat and competent on the ball in tight areas. First touch usually brings it under control. Hurtado, number 16, that's offside, and I think we're going to see a second substitution by the Chilean coach. Orlando Aravena is going to take off Hurtado, the number 16, and he's going to bring on Jaime Vera, who is something of a hero in Chile. He plays now actually in Greece for Ofi of Crete, but he scored the winning goal in the South American Championship semi-final 2 years ago. The goal which took Chile into the final. It was scored in extra time, and he's on the pitch wearing number 13, Vera. So they've made two changes. England as yet have not used a substitute, but if they wish to do so, Tony Cottee is on the bench, and so is another attacker in the uncapped Dennis Wise. There's Vera. He's gone up to play behind the two forwards, Letelier and Rubio. So the Chilean coach has changed two of his three attackers now. Perhaps trying to tilt the balance of the game, which has gone very much England's way since half-time. Here's Waddle. And it may sound fairly grim at 0-0, but you couldn't say that because England have played some progressive stuff in parts. This is Parker. Fashanu. Hasn't run for him, though. And because of that, maybe, Clough hasn't been in the picture quite as much as he might have been. Still, there's plenty of time for this young man. Offside flag is up. These two linesmen, by the way, are fully fledged FIFA referees. They're operating as a team, the three officials in this Rous tournament, and they'll take it in turns to referee. That's Ponnet of Belgium. Each will take charge of one match in the Rous Cup. That's Parker's cross. Fashanu, Webb, oh, deflection off Estengo, and the header is tipped over beautifully, and little Nigel Clough, so close to a goal on his international debut, and deprived by an excellent piece of keeping from Rojas. Agile and alert to foil the Forest man. Corner, though, to England. Waddle to take. And away by number 2, Reyes. Now, can England press home the advantage here? Fashanu's waiting. Waddle to swing it in again. Deeper. But the chance is gone. Well, Nigel Clough must have thought his first international goal was on the way there. John Fashanu got up first of all, then it was Webb whose shot hit the defender, it span up. Nigel Clough had the header, it looked as though it was over the keeper, didn't it? Good save. And now it's Pierce, Cottee comes short. Pierce again, Waddle's calling for it on the far side of the area. There's Chris Waddle, it might run on for Neil Webb here. And it did, And there's Cotti, and close up with the goalkeeper, Robson. Goal kick. Tony Cotti playing a part in that move. Another good ball in by Neil Webb. Cotti got the first header, Clough was up with the keeper, Brian Robson came to loft it wide and over. Parker meeting that well on the forehead. Clough, Cotti, spread wide for Gascoigne. Now, was he instructed? Yes, he was, by number 6, Pizarro. But the linesman was flagging as well, which may have been for an offside. Now, it's confusion all round now, because Gascoigne doesn't appear to have got the free kick, and Chile have another player down. Just under 10 minutes to go here at Wembley, and it's becoming a frustrating night now for England. Having done so much hard work, put so much into creating chances, they've nothing to show for it. And I suppose over recent years, Bobby Robson's had to face that particular verdict more than once. He's without Gary Lineker tonight and Peter Beardsley and players of that nature whose experience might have just made the difference between a near miss and a goal. Now, number 2 here, Reyes, jumped for the ball with Neil Webb, and I must say it did look as though Webb's left arm, whether you'd call it the elbow, certainly his arm made contact with the face of the Chilean player. England will get the free kick for the obstruction on Gascoigne, which was the referee's original decision before the linesman got involved. All very confusing, but Chile are being waved back. Gascoigne. Butcher's shirt was pulled there, there's no question about that. I don't think he's going to get the... or is he? No. You don't get penalties very often in international football for that, but it happens an awful lot against South. Just see if you can just watch it from here. It's the number 4 who's doing it, Contreras. Look at that. That's a penalty offence, isn't it, really? Two minutes to go here at Wembley. Webb. A hard night's work for England. Chile have been awkward opponents, and although we've come close to breaking through, we haven't quite managed it. Here's Waddle. Butcher's gone up front permanently now. This is Parker, though, and they don't want to get caught back here, England, because we could be in real trouble. Butcher's out of the game completely, and Rubio has sent Letelier through, and there goes Vera. Letelier into the penalty area, and it was lucky for England that it was pulled back too far. Just goes to show you can't take any liberties in international football, but here's Cotti combining well with Gascoigne. This is promising for England. Oh. Might still be Robson. Webb. Butcher. And again. Waddle. Now, will the winning goal come at last, right at the end? Here's Parker. Waddle finds a way somehow past 2 defenders. But it's Rubio showing excellent skill and trying to get Letelier through in the last minute of the game. Well done, Walker. Well, it's not long now. Chris Waddle's taken a bit of a bang. This is Gascoigne. Parker. Here is Waddle. Cottee. And it was Gonzalez, number 5, who cleared. We're into the last few seconds now of the 90 minutes. Just a question of what Mr. Fredrickson adds on for stoppages. Foul throw, surely, by Reyes. Rather a silly thing to do in stoppage time. Gascoigne. Robson. Cottee. Robson. Waddle wide. Well played. Webb goes in, Cottee! Oh, handled on the line, was it? Robson, still a chance, and Cottee couldn't make it that time either. Well, a heroic goal line clearance by Chile from Tony Cottee. Robs England at the last, but we do have a corner. Well into stoppage time, Butcher's in there. Rubio. Well, what an escape for Chile. The goalkeeper was beaten for once. And Chris Waddle, an excellent cross, it really was. Keeper mishandled it. Cottee did the right thing, he got the shot in, and that was a header off the line by the number 4, Contreras. It wasn't handball, and it was a quite commendable clearance. Webb. There may still be time for England. Robson finds Gascoigne. Clough's waiting in the middle, so is Cottee again. It's Webb, but it's not the header down that he would have wished for. And this is Letelier for Chile. So the first match in the Rous Cup tournament ends in a 0-0 draw. Disappointing for the 15,500 inside Wembley in that sense, although England did play some decent football in parts. They created chances, and Tony Cottee came closest of all in injury time with that shot which beat Rojas, who until then had been unbeatable, but was cleared off the line by Contreras behind him. But you can see how pleased Chile are on their first visit to Wembley to obtain as much as a draw. They obviously played on the counter-attack. England made most of the running, but couldn't get the ball in the net. So the two teams now will go ahead and each play against Scotland in the second and third match of this Rous Cup tournament. On what was very much an experimental night for Bobby Robson, the final score, England 0, Chile 0.
We've put something in the bank tonight that you'll be able to draw on for the future.
Well, it was a vast experience, I think, for some of our young players, because we played a side who were skillful, you know, were quick on the break, but used, obviously, spoiling tactics, and some of our players have never come across that in their careers. Breaking down the play, we wanted the game to be flowing. They wouldn't allow that to happen, you know, so we got a little bit aggrieved, didn't we, and aggravated. We missed chances, of course. When a team is doing that to you, you have to beat them. You know, so I'm a bit cross that we didn't beat them. One goal would have done it, because